Water is life. We are here to protect the water, land, and air that support all life, including our own. Line 5 poses an immediate threat to our lives, and these actions are taken out of necessity and self-defense. The sacredness of Mother Earth is understood in indigenous communities. For generations, water protectors across Turtle Island and the world have led the fight to ensure a livable planet for future generations. Tribes in Bad River and Bay Mills have both taken legal actions against Enbridge, who continues to illegally operate Line 5 on sovereign land. The urgent need to protect Mother Earth's natural resources is recognized in settler colonial society as well. Governor Whitmer and Attorney General Nessel acted as true public servants by filing case number 19-474 CE, revoking the 1953 easement that allows Enbridge to operate Line 5 under the Straits of Mackinac. I quote Attorney General Nessel. Simply put, Michigan law requires that the pipelines be shut down.
Woo!
Line 5 is a 68-year pipeline with a planned lifetime of 50 years. Enbridge violates the public trust every second that Line 5 continues to operate. Enbridge repeatedly and knowingly violated the terms of the 1953 easement and failed to correct structural shortcomings in the Line 5 pipeline. Furthermore, Line 5 has already spilled 33 different times, totaling over 1.1 million gallons of oil. And it's only sheer luck that the multiple anchor strikes in recent years have not led to a spill in the Straits. A broader look at the history of Enbridge reveals the extremely high likelihood of a massive imminent spill. Consider this. Enbridge is responsible for the 2 largest inland oil spills in history, spilling 1.7 million gallons in Grand Rapids, Minnesota, and more recently spilling 1.2 million gallons in Kalamazoo, Michigan. These spills are still being cleaned up to this day. Enbridge repeatedly dismissed alarms for over 17 hours during the Kalamazoo spill, instead opting to increase the pressure in the pipeline multiple times until the public discovered and reported the spill. Additionally, Enbridge is responsible for digging deeper than permitted and breaching a groundwater aquifer in Minnesota this January, resulting in 24 million gallons of groundwater leakage. Although aware of the breach, they failed to report it, and it was only discovered by an independent investigation by the Minnesota Department of Natural Resources in June, 6 months later. This list is incomplete, but should make clear that Enbridge holds no respect for the sacredness of human life, the rule of law, or Mother Earth. The environmental impacts listed above overlook the greenhouse gas emissions of fossil fuels and the tragic consequences of climate change that result from this suicidal industry. This characterization is not a metaphor. The impact of Enbridge and other capitalist fossil fuel titans threaten the viability of all human life on Earth. I know my life is in danger because of the risk of a spill and because of the contributions of Enbridge to climate change. In Detroit, we saw record flooding leave cars strewn across the city and upend lives. Elsewhere, people have died in wildfires and hurricanes, or from starvation as unpredictable weather patterns destroy food production. Shutting down oil pipelines and overcoming our addiction to fossil fuels is an imperative first step in addressing the threat of climate change and ecological collapse. Restoring healthy balance and harmony among life on Earth is the responsibility of all people and will require a radical restructuring of our society. This fight for our future is not just in our psyches, but in the material conditions that surround us. Any reasonable person can see the threats. It's time we start acting to protect ourselves and others. Enbridge has no legal right to operate this pipeline, and the continued operation of Line 5 is an imminent threat to my life and the lives of an untold number of other people and living beings. All other routes have been exhausted. Enbridge has been operating this pipeline illegally since May 12th, and direct action must be taken to enforce the governor's order and begin healing Mother Earth.
Tony!
Yeah. Okay, now we're making a phone call. Yeah.
I'm calling to report that since May 12th, Enbridge has been illegally operating the Line 5 pipeline in violation of the Attorney General's injunction, 19474 CE, that terminated their easement in the Straits of Mackinac. I'm notifying you that unarmed, non-violent people are now taking action to enforce the governor's order and safely halt operation of the pipeline.
Numbers over here.
This is live. It says emergency calls only. Does someone have another phone I can use?
Yeah. Here.
Doom to the pipeline.
Zoom to the pipeline.
So now they're calling the emergency line, which is not being answered very quickly. Like, what if this was an emergency and there was oil spilling right now? Like, this is designed to shut down an oil pipeline in the case of a spill. And, you know, many, many gallons per second are moving through this pipeline. So we're testing Enbridge's emergency response.
I'm calling from the safety valve station outside of Vasser, Michigan, to report that activists are taking action to manually shut off the pipeline in 5 minutes. I'm notifying you in the hope that you will follow safety protocol and shut off the pipeline in the safest way possible before the pipeline is shut off manually. Okay.
Great.
Can you start a timer?
Yeah, I'll start a 5-minute timer.
Like that. I'm going under because I don't want to destroy their property.
Skinny legend.
Skinny legend.
Oh yeah. Alright. Thanks for valuing safety.
start manually shutting it off, this should go down. We'll give them time to shut it off as safely as possible.
Do you want to talk a little bit about how one could shut it down? Like, what tool are you using? How does this thing work?
Yeah, absolutely. So normally there'd be a big wheel attached to this thing, which they've taken off. So that's why we brought this plumber's wrench. And basically there's an arrow here that points in the direction it's going to go this way. And basically just going to crank it until it stops. Yeah. But obviously it's hard to get in, right? So had to come prepared. I think we got some music too.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the roll?
Best way to keep time.
Yeah.
You got a song for us? It's exactly about 4 minutes. I think I do. Check the levels real quick.
Got my arms around the sun. Got my arms around the sun. Having a friend. Got my arms around 60 tons of excavation. I'm pretty by the law, got his claws around.
Yeah.
Shut it down!
Yeah, all right.
I don't see anything happening with the shutoff valve, so I'm wondering if it requires pulling this as well to engage
Yeah, this says manual operation, pull in direction of arrow only. So.
Yeah, I think change no, there's a great spot for it. Yeah. Yep. You're doing great.
Yep. There you go. You're on there.
Yeah, you want to wrap that shit around and then we'll do it. Yeah. Now, if this were an emergency and there was oil spilling immediately, this is supposed to be so that the public can turn off an oil spill, like what happened in Kalamazoo when the public noticed that there was oil spilling for hours. Clearly, this is not something the public can just walk on and do in the case of an emergency oil spill, which is a real safety concern. No. Do you want another set of hands in there with you?
Let me see if I can get this.
Okay.
I feel more resistance. Yeah, I feel more resistance.
Yeah? Oh, it's going down, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going down.
And this is a safety device.
Yeah. Do you see the big screw in the middle? Do you see how it's lower and lower every time that they spin the thing? That's that's shutting down line 5.
Is it moving? Is it really moving?
I think
A little bit. Yeah.
because it was.
It's very slow, but it's moving.
Yeah.
Slowly, but it's moving.
You have signed up for a workout today, Cap.
Needs the gym.
Is it moving?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's moving.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Shut down line 5.
If this were an emergency,
Yeah.
what would be done? Like,
There would be, yeah. Imagine there are gallons of oil spilling into our natural water, while a very motivated member of the public climbs under the fence and tries to save our natural world. Yeah, it's considerably lower. Yeah. Yeah, me too.
You're doing great.
You're doing great. They really should not have taken that wheel off. If this were a less very in shape member of the public, wheel would be really helpful. Oh.
I'm just expecting the resistance to get harder the longer I do it. It's got to be done. The Line 5 pipeline carries almost 24 million gallons of oil a day. So it's about a million gallons an hour.
Can you explain again for the people who just joined the stream?
Yeah, so we're here today literally shutting down Line 5. Governor Whitner has ordered Line 5 shut down with an injunction in court. And this pipeline is being operated illegally by the Enbridge Corporation. And so out of respect for the land and out of the immediate urgency of saving our own lives, activists today are here shutting down Line 5. And so this is a safety shutoff valve that is supposed to be designed so that the public, in the case of an oil spill in the pipeline, of which there have been many oil spills, 33 oil spills of the Enbridge pipeline, and so in that event, the public is supposed to be able to come in here and safely turn off the pipeline. Instead, there are locks. It's complicated. It's hard. It's a huge physical task.
It doesn't look accessible at all. No one knows where this is.
All the while, a million gallons an hour of tar sands oil is going through this pipeline.
And it's not even used in the state of Michigan.
But here in Michigan with our Great Lakes, we are taking a risk every day that this pipeline is in operation. And we're sick of it. And so we're not going to do it anymore.
The Great Lakes have 21% of the world's surface fresh water.
And the purpose of shutting down this valve is to prevent full Line 5 emergency response, right?
Yeah, and this shuts off the pipeline.
Oh.
Yeah. We called Enbridge first because we want to do this in as safe a way possible to let them know what we were going to do and give them the opportunity to do it themselves. They did not take us up on it. And so we are trying to operate with safety in the forefront of our mind. But part of that safety is that we want to live. And this is a direct threat to our life and well-being. So we're shutting it down.
Squad's average, 1 line. Tight boots, tight county jail, I said we're still holding on. Brought tears to my eyes, never mind 30 hours by myself. Steel doors, brick walls, so never hold my mind. Bruises from this coffee on this reason. I'm stuck in that station, that's my job. So tight, close down, my body is not doing yeah, got the cops in my dance. Shoot up bullets and buckets. Yeah, you know that we can stop this. Yeah, we know. Yeah, they got the cops in my dance. Shoot up bullets and buckets. Yeah, you know that we can stop this. Yeah, we know. So we feeling on the world like there's nothing you can do. Oh my friend, we just begun. We got some action for you. Feeling overwhelmed like there's nothing you can do. Oh my friend, we just begun. We got some action for you. If you get a money, living up things are coming after you. No, you'll never be alone. You run back down the stairwell. If you get a money, living up things are coming after you. No, you'll never be alone. We'll run back down the stairwell. You're feeling overwhelmed like there's nothing you can do. Oh my friend, we just begun. We got some action for you. If you're getting overwhelmed like there's nothing you can do. Oh my friend, we just begun. We got some action for you. Doom to the pipeline.
To the pipeline!
We do. It is true.
How are the forearms?
Oh, it's a whole body workout over here. Yeah, let's get some
Doing
chants
great.
going. Here's some water is life.
Water is life. Shutting down line 5 right now.
Water is life. Protect the wild rice. Water is life. Protect the wild rice. Water is life. Protect the wild rice.
Shut down. Line 5. Shut down.
Line 5.
Shut down.
Line 5.
Shut down.
Line 5. And line 3. And line 4.
Said the people gonna rise like the water, gonna shut that pipeline down.
I hear the voice of my great granddaughter saying, keep it in the ground. The people gonna rise like the water, gonna shut this pipeline down. I hear the voice of my great granddaughter saying, keep it in the ground. The people gonna rise like the water, we're gonna shut this pipeline down. I hear the voice of my great granddaughter saying, keep it in the ground.
People gonna rise like the water, gonna shut this pipeline down. Hear the voices of the great granddaughter saying, keep it in the ground. Keep it in the ground. We love you.
We love you.
We love you.
Crushing it.
Can you hear the warriors on the front line? We're working, we're hurting, 'cause life is on the line.
Can you hear the warriors on the front line? We hurting, we working.
'Cause life is on the line.
You got a rhythm down.
You got this.
You got this.
Take breaks. And let us know if you need a hand.
Some water would be great.
Some water. Yeah. Water is life. Is that resisting pretty hard at this point?
Yeah. So when I was twisting it first, just spinning freely. Once I engaged it, it's pretty easy. And now it's getting harder. Every turn is more resistance. And I know some people who have done this before have said sometimes they even feel the ground shake when they're doing it. Don't feel any of that right now. Everything seems pretty smooth.
There's water for you if you want it. Stay hydrated.
Yep.
I'm glad I didn't wear my long underwear today. It's a beautiful day to show some love to Mother Nature, do some good work.
A beautiful day to shut down Line 5.
Rise up, fuck that shit.
Yep.
So can you explain again for people who just joined the stream what you're doing?
Yeah, this is a safety shutoff station for the Line 5 pipeline. We're in Michigan right now. Line 5 is transporting tar sands through the Mackinac Straits and across the rest of our great state. There's always a risk of a spill. Enbridge has been negligent. They're operating this pipeline illegally since May 12th. They've stated that they're not going to follow the injunction that the governor and attorney general have submitted. So it's up to the people to enforce the law and protect the sacred.
And yes, this is the emergency mechanism that they shut off in case of emergency. So like a spill, a member of the public could come in here and shut it off, theoretically. I mean, there's no trespassing signs everywhere. They give you a number to call in case of emergency. Not very responsive, as we saw. So
Halfway there.
Getting there.
Doomed to the pipeline. You want to stand where I'm standing?
What's that?
You wanna-
My arms are getting tired. What's that? Oh, if you want to film, have at it, yeah. Yeah, so it should be on automatic focus. This is the record button. When you take a picture, you have to stop recording first.
Is it recording now?
No, there's going to be a red light there.
Like, kind of breathe.
Yeah. Have fun.
Take a real furious drags on that cigarette.
Whew, my arm.
You're doing it.
You alright?
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah. It's a lot of work coming down a pipeline.
You're over halfway! You got it! You're over halfway! You got to move it, move it. You got to move it, move it.
We're halfway there. Wow. Shut down line 5. Shut down line 5. Woo! Can y'all the signs come closer? A little closer.
I'll take a sign if there's an exit.
We put signs like on that side of our comrades so we could kind of have all the signs and then our friendly pipeline worker. It's never too late to show class solidarity.
Never too late. Woo!
Thank you, pipeline worker. You're saving the planet.
All right, we're gonna do one more. So one more signs that put up, like from bug
Just-
over.
Yeah.
We got signs.
Beautiful signs. If I do say so.
They are gorgeous. Clearly legible and everything. Can't beat that. Alright, one more take.
Take what? 3 or 4? Take down 5.
Take down.
Take 5.
You're working hard.
Oh, we have some mushrooms here.
You got the step in, the roll step in.
You're so great.
Hard or hardly working?
Might be too soon.
Alright.
Might be.
Alright, let me know when you're ready for the next take.
Yeah, so I'm gonna use my 3 points.
Oh, sweet, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
You've been in and out of.
That's sweet.
Bring that black snake out. Kill the black snake.
4:30 a.m. Got my hands around a cup of coffee. 5:30 a.m. Got my arms around a strong-hearted friend. 6:30 a.m. Got my arms around 60 tons of excavator. 2:30 p.m. By the law got his claws around me. Brick walls, he's never on night. With the sunrise, 3,000 strong. Took the west side on the front line, seeing which side are you on? When we let me out of county jail, I said we're still holding on. Brought tears in my eyes, never mind, I was my
Fuck it up! I mean, don't fuck it up.
Quarter of the way left. Yeah, you're really making a lot of progress. I don't know if I'm like imagining it, but like it's going. It's going. It's really going.
Shut down line 5.
I hope not.
Almost there. You got it.
What is it? You want to hear another song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please.
While you're working?
Oh, we could do some sea shit.
Alright, well this one's about what we're fighting for. It's called A Living World.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's way out of tune.
Love by my side, I will always reach for you. 'Cause nothing feels familiar anymore. Ain't that the reason we've been waiting for? Nothing ever feels familiar anymore. That's the reason we've been waiting for. When I'm feeling bad,
We're here at line 5. One of the valves, we're shutting it down manually.
nothing ever feels familiar anymore. That's the
Dana Nestles and Brett Shepard's orders to shut down Line 5.
Almost there.
Sure.
Almost there.
Yeah, if the live streamers could just come over here yeah, so I just wanted to talk, like, we're using the emergency shutoff for line 5. This is an emergency mechanism, and we need to, like...
Can you talk a little louder?
Oh, yeah, and so we're shutting off the valve as an emergency mechanism, and we've had to resort to this because Enbridge is breaking the law by continuing to run this pipeline, and so we are using the emergency shutoff at the valve site to shut it down. And it's sad that things have come to this point, but that's like how it is. Like, we're supporting direct action to stop the oil from going under this, like, underground, and like it could, like, there's been 33 spills. I don't know if you saw, we have a sign up that says it, but yeah, it's really hard, like, to sit and watch that, and as, like, a Midwesterner, like, you just, like, seeing the Great Lakes, the biggest source of fresh water in the world, just be treated like this by Enbridge, which is, like, not even, like, this company doesn't even, like, sell the oil in the US or something. It's like a Canadian company. It's a tar sands pipe, or it's line 5 goes from the tar sands refinery, that line 3 is the tar sands pipeline, the line 3 expansion project that they just pushed through. It's like they totally, like, rushed it and, like, to try to get it before the appeal, like, happened, and using frozen sand stuff, had to pay like $3.2 million in for, like, just doing the different construction than they said they would, and, like, yeah, just
Okay, here's the situation.
Thank you.
That was an Enbridge.
yeah, that was my
Hang out until the pipeline is shut down, and make sure that they don't stop us from doing this. And then when it's shut down, we should get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
That's my plan. So don't leave anybody behind, but let's be on the lookout and sharp on our feet.
Cool. So if you couldn't hear that, I just said an Enbridge truck is for
Yes.
Want to ride back with me?
Yes.
Whatever, right? So you're not backing things up. Alright, take the fuck out. Yeah, get the fuck out.
Almost there.
Final stretch. You got this.
You got it. if you could, please share the stream. If you're watching.
All right.
Almost there.
We're here shutting down line 5. Woo! You got it! You got it! Keep going!
Stop line 5!
Stop line 5! Stop line 5! Stop line 5! Stop line 5! Stop line 5! Yeah! Woo! Fuck yeah!
Alright. Let's get the fuck out.
Yep.
Let's go!
Bounce, y'all.
I love you all!
I need help.
I'll take these because these are posted up.
Need help? I got this little box.
Guitar.
Yeah, I'll take the one.
Heavy box. Woo.
I can get that. Balance me out with the other heavy shit.
Is this?
Thanks for being great, comrades. I love you all. Thank you so much for supporting.
Thank you for watching.
For doing this.